And we just want to update you on what's been going on for the search efforts for the missing vessel and the 4 men that were on the vessel. So thank you all for being here. We've had multiple agencies involved in this search effort. As we've released, we became notified about this on Sunday morning. However, they've been missing since Saturday at approximately 8:30 in the morning. They actually left from this boat ramp that you see here. So shortly after 8 a.m. on Sunday morning, we were dispatched to the marina to check on the pickup truck and the boat trailer that was left behind because a family member notified us that they hadn't returned yet. And so that's how we became involved. We then brought in the U.S. Coast Guard and then all of our local law enforcement agencies that have been assisting us. The vessel that we've been searching for is a 1995 23-foot sport craft. It's white in color, and we've sent out some photographs of that vessel. Some of the agencies that have been involved in the search and have been helping us include the U.S. Coast Guard, Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation and Commission, Manatee County Sheriff's Office, Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, Sarasota Police Department, Venice Fire Rescue, Charlotte County Sheriff's Office, Lee County Sheriff's Office, and CETO of Venice has also been assisting. So today we've had about 13 of those local law enforcement vessels out searching, and they've been searching the areas up to about 10 miles out, and the U.S. Coast Guard has been searching beyond that. They've been searching out about 80 nautical miles. And our search area has been from Longboat Pass and south down to Captiva and going into Collier County. So it's quite a wide area to search. Coast Guard has updated us this morning where they've searched over 4,600 square miles, which is pretty substantial. And the Coast Guard has sent in a lot of assets to assist us, including several different vessels, aircraft, including fixed-wing aircraft and helicopters. So we're doing everything we can to find the 4 men that are currently lost. We've already provided you with their names and the ages and where they're from. So please refer to our media release if you need that information. And then we are asking that any boaters that are out in the water already just to notify us if they see anything unusual, if they see anyone in distress. They can use their channel 16 on their VHF radios. Also, they can call us directly at 941-486-2444, and we'd appreciate any input. We have been updating our Venice Police Department Facebook page as we obtain any new information. So please refer to that for any future updates. And with that, I'll take any questions.
There was a pretty heavy search with the actual truck that was left behind here, being open. What was that related to?
Well, that was the vehicle that was left behind, but I can't get involved in as far as any specifics of investigation. So I can't say.
Where on the water they were last located, how far out they were?
We do not know exactly how far out they were. They did not leave what we'd call a float plan, so they did not tell the family members exactly where they were going. And so, of course, that does hinder our search efforts a little bit. We have to estimate a starting point and then adjust from there for the search.
What has the family told you?
Just the time that they departed and the time that they notified us that they hadn't returned. Essentially, they have provided us some specifics just about, what they like to do, kind of their pattern as far as going out and fishing. I can't really get into what that was, but giving us whatever information they could provide to help us with the search.
And what, did they just purchase the boat? What, tell us about the boat?
I can't tell you exactly when it was purchased. I just know that it was sold sometime last year.
Can you talk about the experience that these men had as boaters?
We've been told that they are experienced fishermen, but I couldn't tell you exactly beyond that.
Was there an E-perb located on the boat? Was it used?
We do not have any information that it was used or even available.
What about life jackets?
We don't know. We don't know what kind of safety equipment was on the vessel. We just know that they went out on the vessel as a group of 4 individuals, but we don't know what all they had available to them.
Do we know if this was a group of experienced fishermen or if they were just going out to enjoy the water?
Yeah, they were going out on a fishing trip, and from what we've been told, they are experienced fishermen. But again, beyond that, I don't know.
And the weather was good when they went out, but it turned bad. I mean, what was going on out there? How big were the seas?
Yeah.
What were they going through?
Yeah, from what I understand, when they left on Saturday, the seas were not too rough, although we did have some heavy fog come in that afternoon, and so that could always be a factor. And then as going into overnight and into Sunday, the winds picked up, the seas picked up, and of course it's been raining most of that time. Even now, the conditions are roughly 4 to 6 foot seas, so you know it's not very safe to be out there for a small vessel. But when they left, again, a captain has to make their decision on what they consider they can handle and what their vessel can handle. That's about what I can give you on the conditions.
How much have those recent and current weather and sea conditions affected the investigation?
Well, for our local law enforcement, it makes it more difficult because our vessels are much smaller. So then we have to rely more heavily on the U.S. Coast Guard. They have larger vessels. They have the aircraft. The search capabilities that they have, of course, far exceed what a local law enforcement would have. And they've brought in, you know, all of their available assets to help us.
And the fact that you allowed them to take the trailer, are we in a recovery mode now, or are we still in a search mode?
We're in a search mode.
How about leads? Have you guys received a lot of leads yet?
Not a lot of leads, and that's why we ask if anyone does have any information to let us know. Captain, did you want to add anything?
No, we'll answer any questions that you may have specific to any. Go ahead, sir.
Float plan. What should they have done?
Sure. So our agency, along with many other agencies that work in the marine environment, filing a float plan that states, you know, when you're going out, who's going with you, and when you expect to return. That's always a great plan. It gives expectations for when you're supposed to return. So when you don't, that kind of starts the phone calls.
What kind of technology are you guys using out there?
So on the local law enforcement side, we have different GPSs and sonars and radars. As far as the Coast Guard, I can't say, but naturally they're set up for this large scale.
Just last week in Sarasota County, we had a similar incident happen where a boat sank and was found floating on these coolers. Is this a growing problem? People not maybe understanding how serious the sea conditions or weather conditions can be? Is this an ongoing issue that you guys are seeing?
I don't know that I would say, you know, it's a growing problem, but you know, we have more folks down here boating, and certainly we try to put as much education as we can out as an agency, and again with partner agencies, for boating safety and weather, naturally.
And if those people are in the water, how would they survive with hypothermia? How long can somebody survive?
I guess I couldn't speak to that as far as temperature and the specifics of the person. Obviously now it's February, so the water's cooler than it typically is. So.
Would you say and spell your name for us?
Sure, Stasko.
How do you pronounce that?
Stasko.
What's a good title?
Captain Stephen Stasko with Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission.
Captain, I just had one more question. You know, we can
Yes,
tell how
ma'am.
breezy it is here on land, but when you're out there searching those hundreds of square miles, what are the conditions like out there for the boat guards?
Sure. So speaking with many of our assets out there today, they're not favorable. I think we're in the 5 to 6 foot sea condition range, and those waves add for a disturbance on the water line, which makes it difficult to see anything really. That's where our air assets are very helpful.
Is there anything you could add?
No, sir. Not at this time.
Did anyone speak to whether CETO was involved at all? Was there any kind of distress call? Was there any kind of confirmation or communication?
Yeah, CETO oftentimes will volunteer to assist us. They have the knowledge, they train with us, so they just offered the assistance and we took them up on it. Any last questions before we wrap it up? Okay, well, thank you for your time. Again, we'll continue to update Facebook. Thank you very much.